Python straps provide a solution over conventional securing methods for hydraulic hose assemblies and routing. Typically what you might find on equipment would be these tube-style clamps. Generally the back of the clamp here would be welded to the piece of equipment or to the frame, and then the multi-piece assembly. If you have multiple hoses here, what you'd have to do is you would stack these. So you might have a whole stack of hoses coming out here, which adds to a lot of labor and adds to space constraints. And if you ever have to service that internal hose when you have all these tube clamps stacked up here, it becomes very difficult because you have to disassemble that whole assembly to get to that internal hose. What we probably find on most pieces of equipment, mobile pieces of equipment, industrial pieces of equipment, is over the years people have used these cable ties. A couple things that happen with these cable ties is they become a fixed ring. When you have a fixed ring, picture this steel ring right here. This is a fixed ring. So if you have hydraulic hoses in here and they're snug and they get energized, they expand in diameter and they shrink in length. So this does not allow it to expand in diameter. These fixed cable ties are a fixed ring, and they basically will do the same thing. They will not allow that hose to expand in diameter. So what it does is it cuts into the hose. It gives a lot of abrasion in here. As the hydraulic hoses are expanded and depressurized, the hoses will tend to move back and forth. And with these very narrow, the force is all concentrated over this small area, it actually acts like a sawing action and will cut right into your hoses. Other things that happen is these tag ends on these hoses become very dangerous and you can get cut very easily. So for people like on an assembly line, or for service people out in the field, or even for some customers that have to get around and work next to things, it's very easy to get cut with these tag ends on these hoses here. With all the attachments that are on equipment now, many things you need to have a certain forced routing. What happens is if you have to service anything, most service people cut all these tags off, all these cable ties off, and then it's up to them to kind of put it back to the way they think it should go. So it really doesn't give you that forced routing. Plus you're always having to replace something. You'd have to carry more spares of these to replace. By using our straps, example, this is a hanging strap right here, and we're allowing this bundle here to be bundled together. It's attached here by this strap right here. So if we need to get in and service anything, we can get in and service that out in the field. The strap here is a little bit wider, so we spread that surface area out over 1.5 inches here. So as those hoses contract and expand, there's a little stretch to this, and it's over a wider area, and it's soft, so it's not like this hard plastic that'll cut into that hose assembly there. So this eliminates a lot of the damage, and it also gives you that forced routing. So if you do have to take something off, or you have an attachment on a piece of equipment, and it's important to have that hydraulic hose go back in a certain area for safety or proper operation, this gives you a forced routing where it gives that person or that service person a place to put it back in.